How's it going? Okay, so to answer the question, why League of Legends players are generally so bad? Why can you go into a one-on-one game and win all the time? How are they so bad? And the answer is very simple, because League is not a very skilled game. I made a video before this, I'll put it in the description below. This is how people win the game. They win, number one, because there are feeders on the enemy team, which pretty much are like bots, so they get to free tap them. They're gonna run it down, they're gonna get free kills, they get superior gear, and then they just win because the feeders are just doing what they're doing, which is feeding. Number two, they counterpick with the superior champions, and they get a free lane. Do you understand? So, when you play shit like Malphite, when you play shit like Poppy or whatever, when you counterpick, rules do not apply. You can break a lot of rules and you still get away with it. So you can pick, for example, Malphite, you can dive 3 times, you don't need to understand the wave management. If the other guy is playing, like we watched Yoni against Malphite, it didn't matter what Yoni did. It didn't matter that he was 1 level ahead of Malphite. Malphite simply is a counterpick and he wins, and that's it. And we can see that through this behavior in here. Do you see like how skilled this guy at 5 minutes, no, not 5 minutes, what was it? About 4 minutes, he had 2 farm. 2 farm. The only reason why he was able to farm was because I was starting to take down the turret. Right? And he was able to farm. Outside of that, I could have simply bounced the wave and froze it, and he would have 2 farm for the rest of the game. But with guys like this, I want to either kill them or kill the turret because they don't understand farming. When you tell them, oh, 65 CS also wins, they're like, what? There is farm in this game? Like, they just have no concept of this. So that's why I usually take down the turret, because you can physically see that the structure is dead, because I don't even think they know that you can press tab and you can see the farm. It's just like, it's weird. So now he lost with the bullshit champion, and then he thought, okay, I'm gonna pick the bullshit champion as well, and I'm going to win. He loses, he doesn't want to play anymore, right? So Riot as a company has to figure out how to deal with this, and the way they do that is by allowing this bullshit to happen. So this is why they blocked mirror matches, because if he picks Poppy, I can pick Poppy too, and then he is screwed, because now we are in this matchup. And he doesn't want to play it because he's going to lose. Because now rules apply. You cannot attack Poppy into the Poppy's minion wave, because the Poppy that is stuck into the minion wave is going to lose. But since he is counter-picking, he can. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying, is that you're wondering, why are they so bad? Why do they have 2,000 games and they're still so dog shit at the game? They have no map awareness, even at the like diamond level. They can't even smite. Right? That's because they're so used to this shit. They just pick bullshit champs, tanks, stack armor, and then the feeders are on the enemy team, and they just win. And that's it. And there you are stuck in... I'm telling you, like, if you don't dodge, you're just gonna get outcomes like this. I'm kind of doing an experiment right now. I'm trying to figure out how do I... Is it possible to do kamikaze pushes? But it's not, basically. I'm just not gonna do it anymore. But that's what I'm saying, is that it's just that's the way it is in League, unfortunately. So, which begs the question, like, what's the point of the rank if this guy has a badge and he can't even beat, and they can't even beat me one-on-one, you know? And then I get into the winner's queue, which I pre-select my teammates, and then I beat them anyway, because my team is just superior. And again, the game becomes one-on-one. Now he's laning against me one-on-one. He's going to lose. He's going to go 0-3. And my team is going to be this team. So he's stacking armor, and he's 0-3. Is not going to help him, because then my mid laner is going to be 15 kills. He's going to be AP. He's simply going to one-tap him. So, I mean, again, like, what's the point of this ranking system? if all you're doing is just spamming games, counter-picking, and just stacking armor and resistances, and then just crushing the enemy because you simply have superior champions. Like, at what point is this... it's like World of Warcraft gear, where you get rank... You get to get points for winning the game with superior gear to your enemy. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like weird, in a way. Of course you're going to win, like, you have superior gear. It's like, it's not a question. Of course. And if you lose, it's probably because you somehow really trolled. Really trolled. Because it's close to impossible to lose like this, you know? Anyway, that answers the question, right? If you ask, why are League of Legends players on average so bad? Why can you go into one-on-one game? It doesn't matter whether it's Summer's Rift or RAM, you can just smash everyone. And why can they, like, you play against dude, he's like mid-emerald, and he has no concept of wave management. How is that possible? That's because you don't, if you pick Malphite into Yone, you don't need to know the wave management. You simply don't need to do that. You can just smash your buttons and you win. And that's it. It's like World of Warcraft. It's gear. Only in here, the champions are the gear. And then the feeders are giving you free kills, so you get to win. And that's it. So you see, it's like it's a mixture of having superior champions and engagement optimized matchmaking just bounces feeders between the teams, and you get this illusion that somehow what you're doing is affecting your... one sec. Yeah, so you get this illusion that somehow your decisions and actions are affecting the system, but in reality, not really. It's just, it's basically this. You see it, like the system is set to whatever, I think it's set to somewhere between 53 and 55%, in my opinion, right? And all you're doing, you're just spinning the wheel, basically. Because this algorithm is set to 53%. That's why you see, sometimes you set up an account, you pick, I don't know, let's say mid lane Vladimir, you have like 60%. You play 10 games, you win like 60% of the time. You're thinking to yourself, oh my god, Vladimir is so good mid lane. But as you keep playing, you get to 53%. Now, you're gonna go top lane, you're gonna pick Darius, you're gonna win like 50%, be like, oh, Darius not really. Or you go Master Yi jungle, you're winning like 55 to 60% of your games, you're thinking, oh, it's a pretty good strategy. But you have to understand it has nothing to do with you or your champion or whatever the hell, how you... Now, obviously you have to still play well, but you have to understand that, like, the impact of the loser's queue, it's basically how many games where you are being placed into the loser's queue has greater impact than your skill alone. And that's it. So this idea of, you know, like, what these guys are doing where... but honestly, to be honest with you, tanks are a safe pick. Because it's very hard to screw up on a tank. It's close to impossible. So you can't tell whether the person is... That's why they're all so dog shit, you understand? Because they don't know how to play the game fundamentally. Because you don't need to know how to play the game. You pick a bullshit champ like tank. So there are very few champions that can counter you, right? So let's say you play something like, I don't know. If there are two tanks on the enemy team, it really boils down who has the better bot lane. And that's it. Because neither you or the enemy tanks can really do anything useful. You're just gonna be like, it's gonna be farm fiesta basically, and that's it. So that's what I'm saying, is that like it's just a coin flip. Just a coin flip. And these guys are, all of them are in it. And they think that they have some kind of skill. But it's the same community. Like World of Warcraft also has the same community of players that are just extremely delusional, where they think that like, he has a better gear, and he writes to you, get good. But you're saying, dude, like, I don't have that much time to play that many games. I only have, like, maybe weekend, and when I do my experiments, whatever. I still have to work full time. Do you know what I mean? And he's like, no, I'm winning because I'm a good player. Well, how about you remove your gear and we play on equal gear? Nope, doesn't want to do that. Nope. Because that's what's going to happen. If we go on equal grounds, she's not gonna win. Okay, that answers the question. Take care, bye-bye.